Harold Maguire has signed a new contract with Manchester United. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have been Slabhead's biggest hater since he joined our club. I thought we overpaid for him. I never really understood why we wanted him. I think he was kind of a flavour of the month signing, to be perfectly honest with you. It's kind of annoying as well, the fact that the year before we signed him, Jose Mourinho wanted him, and he was like, this is my priority signing. We finished second in the league, if anyone remembers, with Jose that year, and we ended up signing Dallo, Lee Grant and Fred that summer. He never wanted none of them players. I think he might have wanted Dallo maybe, but we didn't pay because Leicester City wanted 65 million for him that summer, and we said, no, that's too much. Next summer, when Ollie's at the helm, he's like, yeah, I want Maguire, man. We're like, all right, yeah, cool, we'll try, innit? We'll try and negotiate. We went in, they said 8 million quid. We were like, nah, we ain't paying that. We haggled all summer to get 80 million quid. Anyway, so we paid 80 million quid for this dude, and he is now going to go into his 8th season as a Man United player. And then potentially 9th, because it's a 1+1 deal. Like I said, I personally still think we've massively overpaid. If you split it out over 9 years, right? So 80 divided by 9, let's just call that 9 million basically, right? Just under 9 million a year. Has he been worth that? If you look at it from that perspective, maybe. But then you have to look at how many good seasons has he actually had in that. Personally, I think he's maybe had maximum 2 years that have been decent in all that period. I know a lot of people might be like, oh, what are you trying? That's just my opinion. I just don't think he's a good player, personally. I think his greatest attributes, I think, are to do with aerial ability. I think he's insanely good in the air, both attacking and defending, like very, very good. He's just a magnet, man. There's a reason why it's called Slabhead, right? And then apart from that, I don't know what he's good at. Like, genuinely. I think what he's got better at in the last year, especially since Carrott's come in, but even like sort of at the back end of Ten Hag kind of thing, when he was getting some game time, for instance, I feel like he's got a bit smarter with positioning, because positioning's always got to be really good when you don't have pace on your side, and my guy's got no pace. And I think he used to get caught out a lot and make stupid errors. I think he's still got the bozo gene, he's still got that. But since Carrott's come in, I'll be real, he's actually been really good. Like, as much as I've hated him, I think it makes sense for us to give him this if it is on a reduced wage. So reports coming out is, so he was on about 190 grand a week, let's call that 200 grand a week. Reports coming out, he has accepted a lower wage, which I rate that. And that honestly tells you more about his character. And I like I said, that's a plus point. I think his character has grown a lot. I never think he should have been Man United captain. I just don't think he's captain quality personally. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on Ollie's behalf to make him captain. It was weird though. We had really no leaders when he was when he got given that, because I remember Ashley Young just left, and it was like, who wants to be captain, and kind of no one wanted it. And then Maguire was like, fuck it, I'll be it. But look, I think it was the right decision to strip him off the captaincy for Bruno, because Bruno, for me, has been the best captain since Roy Keane. I know I might get hate for saying that, but I genuinely think that's the case. Yeah, but I'll be completely real with you. I think it is actually really smart of Man United to do this, because he has been in good form. As much as I've said I've hated him, he's deserved it on the back of this recent form. And it's not too much risk. It's a 1+1, which I think is good. But what I really wanted to touch upon was, does this mean that we're not quite sure on De Ligt and Martinez, who have been massively injury prone throughout their whole Man United tenures, really, especially De Ligt this year? And there's a real concern, I feel, as though, for the centre-back positions, because on paper, it looks like we have a lot of different options. We've got De Ligt, Martinez, Yoro, Maguire, Heaven. That's 5 just off the top. And then Luke Shaw, auxiliary kind of left side of centre-half in case we need him. Potentially 6 options you've got. But you take your 2 best ones, De Ligt and Martinez right now, out of there. You're really light on centre-backs. So I think they've done this as kind of a thing to be like, we don't really want to go out into the market and splash, a lot of money on a new centre-back. Or maybe what I'm thinking is we might be going for a left-back and then use Luke Shaw as kind of cover for that left centre-back position more. or maybe we do go for a centre back. I think personally, I think we should go for a centre back, but I think this gives us a bit of safety. It's a safety net, isn't it? Just in case something else happens. And yeah, it'll be fascinating to see what happens in the summer now, like what positions we do target. Obviously, midfield is our priority right now, but yeah, all in all, I'm happy this has happened. As much as I hate Maguire, like I've said, but look, I can't take away from what he has done. I think it's hard to be objective no one's fully objective, but to try and be as objective as I can as a football fan and as a Maguire hater. But honestly, fair play. He's deserved it. 1+1, well done. Now let's get Cobby done, because Cobby was mooted to also be signing a new contract. I think let's sign him up. I've seen online, does this also indicate that Carrick might be staying on as manager? Because as from Maguire's perspective, when Amram came in, he just didn't fancy him, right? And why would you commit to two more years, 1+1 year, if you don't know who the manager is as well? That's a real stumbling block for Man United right now in terms of getting new signings through the door. But even the ones the players that are there, right? Especially someone who's like Maguire, who's been in and out of the team, and it might be going through Cobby Mainoo's head as well, because Cobby Mainoo obviously didn't get game time on Amram, which was literal crime. Lock him up. But honestly, look, I think it's a good move by Man United to do this. It's a smart move, which is rare for Ineos since their tenure. But yeah, let's see what happens. Anyway, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Also, like I said, this is a sports channel. I'm going to be doing more stuff like different sports. Randomly, I thought about WWE this morning. Would anyone be interested in that? Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Peace.